Look at Stevie. By the way, look at the state of the butter. Ah, so stressful. This is Brendan's approach to butter, so I'm trying to just live with it, you know. Food doesn't have to be perfect. So for breakfast I've got a bagel with peanut butter and jam and honey and cinnamon. I actually wanted to share something that my psychologist has been doing with me, kind of as a reminder for me as well, but hopefully it'll be helpful for other people. So I'm just going to eat this and then I'll talk about it. Okay, that honestly was a bit hard. Like, I'm feeling quite guilty today and I'm trying to just carry on anyway, to be honest. Like, what else am I gonna do? And we've had a fairly indulgent weekend. Like, I went out for a 3-course dinner. Didn't plan for it to be 3 courses, it just was. And then when I got home, I still fancied something sweet, so I ate a load of chocolate. And I was just trying to say to myself, like, if my body wants it wants it for a reason, like, just on your cravings kind of thing, which is fine. But then the next day I woke up feeling like really guilty, so again I just had to wake up and like feel the guilt and just carry on anyway. We went out for breakfast, like we've had a barbecue dinner at a friend's house, ate some more chocolate, like basically my head's just going a bit nuts. I feel all like guilty, a bit disgusted, frustrated. Honestly, yeah, I think people can probably relate to it, but so right, focus, Meg. This that is happening in my head right now is what my psychologist would call the eating disorder DVD. And it's basically an eating disorder mindset that gets triggered and then it just plays on a loop and you just have these eating disorder thoughts going round and round and round and making you feel terrible. But the thing is, you can't act on your DVD. Like, it will play throughout recovery, but if you act on it and run back to your eating disorder, then you're just stuck in that eating disorder cycle forever, to be honest, because you'll do it today and then tomorrow you'll have to do it and then next week you'll still be doing it and then a year down the line, 5 years down the line. Like, I think this is why we get stuck in eating disorders for so many years, because every day we're just looking for that quick fix and that quick feel better, and I can't sit with this horrible feeling of guilt. So I run back to my eating disorder to feel better, and then, yeah, that cycle just carries on for years, literally. All right, let me show you what I wrote down in our session. Okay, so basically she describes the DVD as your eating disorder mindset. And everybody in life has different DVDs playing. So a non-eating disorder person would have a DVD for being at work or being at home with their family, being out with their friends. Like, in different situations in life, you play different DVDs and you're in a different mindset. I've really choked on some bagel. But when you've got an eating disorder, you kind of only have one DVD that ever plays, really, and that's your eating disorder DVD. So whatever situation you're in life, you've still got thoughts of food and weight going on. So whether you're at work, at home with your family, out with your friends, like, the eating disorder DVD is playing and you're just thinking, what am I eating? How many calories? How much am I gonna weigh? What's in that? How's it been prepared? What time am I eating? Like, whatever your eating disorder DVD tells you. And then she says that as you start to get better, your eating disorder DVD just won't be playing all the time. Like, you'll have periods where you can go out with friends and listen to what they're talking about, or you can be at work and focus on what you're doing, or you can be at home and you're joining in and having like a takeaway with your family or something and not sitting there with your head screaming, which is so nice. Like, and I'm definitely getting that. I'm getting periods where I don't have this raging, screaming, horrible eating disorder DVD. But then still, sometimes your old DVD can get triggered and you're sent straight back into your old, like, eating disorder thoughts. I'm just gonna show this. This is so hard to do from behind. So ignore numbers 1 and 3. I actually wrote this ages ago. In fact, I've even done a video on these ones. So number 4, So step one is to actually identify the DVD when it's playing, which is actually really hard because it's all just part of your thoughts. So you don't even really think it's the eating disorder. You just think it's the truth. Like, of course I've eaten too much, or of course I'm going to gain weight. So first of all, identify that that's actually your old thought process. That's your eating disorder mindset, and that's your eating disorder DVD playing. Then you have to eject the DVD, and that's done through opposite actions. So whatever your DVD is telling you to do, like skip this, miss this out, exercise, purge, whatever it is, like, no, I know where that leads me. That's just going to keep me trapped in an eating disorder forever. So I'm ejecting that DVD, doing opposite behaviours and, opposite actions, which then leads you to feeling guilty, sadly. So then you have to like distract yourself and basically try and get a new healthy DVD playing. So try and think of healthier thoughts, do healthier behaviours, distract yourself. And then she talks about the triggers for the DVD playing. So when you're trying to identify it and wondering like, well, why would it come on? Why am I back to thinking about everything I've eaten, or feeling fat, or thinking I've gained weight, whatever? And this literally made so much sense for me, right? So there's 3. One is if you break a food rule. If you eat more than usual, you eat at a different time. If you ate a fear food or just ate in a different order or something, like whatever it is that breaks your food rules, that can then trigger your eating disorder DVD, because then you're going to feel guilty about it. The second one is body image awareness. So if your clothes are feeling tight, if you've gained weight, if someone compliments you on how you look, or if someone makes a comment about their own weight and image, if they say they're on a diet, or they've lost some weight, or they haven't eaten yet today. I hate it when people say that to me at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like, oh, I haven't even eaten anything yet today. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, if something happens in the world to bring awareness to your body, like even down to like bloating and that kind of thing, like, so these things can also trigger that eating disorder DVD, because it's going to make you feel guilty. It's eating disorder thoughts start playing about what you need to do to correct your bad body experience that you're having, which is bullshit, of course, but like that is the DVD that plays. And then the last one is negative event or mood. So if you're feeling like stressed, a bit down, tearful, emotional, I don't know, if you get a parking ticket or a speeding fine, or you get lost, I don't know why these were all car related, but if something just goes wrong in life or you're not feeling great, like that can also trigger your eating disorder DVD, because it's kind of like an emotional coping, isn't it? For me anyway, it's always been like a distraction from what's really going on in life, and a way of saying like, oh well, it doesn't matter if I got a speeding fine because look, I've only eaten this many calories. Totally unrelated, but that's my DVD that starts playing. So I think I've probably got 2 of these on the go at the moment. Like, I've broken a food rule this weekend, like going out for a 3-course dinner, coming home and eating a load of chocolate, generally eating out quite a lot, whatever. Like, I'm kind of feeling guilty about the weekend. And then the second one, the body awareness, what's it called? Body image awareness from yoga last night, spotting myself in the mirror, like, I guess it's heightened my awareness of my body. And so I guess if I look back at this thing, which you cannot see, there we go. I guess this morning I've like identified that my eating disorder DVD is playing, and that's the temptations to like not have peanut butter on my breakfast, or not have breakfast. You could just have some fruit. You've had a lot this weekend. You've already gained some weight. You don't really need it. All of those thoughts. And then I've tried to do the eject the DVD, which is the horrible part, opposite actions. So whatever my head's telling me to do around food, do the opposite and make sure I do still eat my food. Towards the end of that bagel, honestly, I like wasn't even enjoying it at all. I was literally just like, get this fucking thing down. Anyway, so I've ejected the DVD, and I think now I'm probably in this like guilt part as a result of not listening to my DVD. And so next step, distract. Which I always find so hard. Like, quite often I don't feel like distractions are good enough things to counteract the guilt I get from not listening to my DVD. God, my nails look horrible. I took my nail varnish off last night, sorry. I'm actually going to get my nails done now. That would be a nice distraction. Go get Stevie. Stevie's never on. Stevie, look. Oh. So annoying to the cuddles. Have a cuddle. Cuddle. Stevie. Stay for a cuddle. Cuddle. Literally not having any of it. Gone. Okay, I'm gonna go and get my nails done now. I think I'm finally getting a bit more decisive in recovery. Like, it used to take me so long to choose my nail colour. I think I was just so scared of getting it wrong all the time, but I don't know, it doesn't really exist, does it? I kind of just walked in and was like, yep, I like that colour, I'll have it. Hang on, I just put the aircon on. Too hot. So thinking about this DVD, I kind of feel like I'm two people at the moment. Like, I know I don't want that old eating disorder DVD playing, and I try so hard to like do opposite actions, eject the DVD, like try and do new behaviours, like get into a new healthier mindset. So I try and tell myself, like, new chapter, I don't want that life anymore. And so I try really hard to like put a new DVD on, but it's really weird, like just deciding you don't want that DVD playing anymore and deciding you want to play a new one, like that isn't enough. Like, I still get the old DVD playing. I like don't even want it there, but it just kicks in and it just plays. I guess because it's so well practiced and ingrained in my brain, like it's such a strong habit and phobias and whatever, but like yeah, it's annoying. And also sometimes I still kind of believe it, like when my head's going, oh, but you're gonna put on weight and that's the worst thing ever and blah 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 blah, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, this is awful. So I try and just stick with what my psychologist says of like, identify when the DVD's playing, eject it, opposite actions, go and distract yourself. She calls it behaviourally, that's really hard to say, behaviourally adjusting. Like, you have to change your behaviours in order for your thoughts to change. And you can't just wait until one day a new DVD's playing. Like, it won't. If you don't do something to make a change, you will literally have an eating disorder DVD playing for the rest of your life. That is such a horrible thought. So, like, you can't wait until it feels easy. You can't wait until it feels comfortable, until you don't have the guilt there anymore. Like, if you do that, you'll literally never change. Like, if I'd been listening to my guilt in this last year of recovery and been driven by that, I would not have changed, because I felt guilty all the time. So I'd have constantly like felt guilty, run back to my eating disorder, then maybe made a bit of progress, felt guilty, and run back to my eating disorder. And I think that's when you end up in that like yo-yo of recovery, where like maybe you gain a bit of weight and then you freak out and run back, or maybe you try some foods you're scared of and freak out and run back, or you just end up trapped back in whatever eating disorder cycle you've been in. So it does make sense to me to think like at some point you have to break that cycle, and you're not going to break it by doing the same behaviours all the time. So like, yeah, opposite actions, break the cycle, feel shit, it's not going to feel nice, but like feel shit, feel guilty, and just do it anyway. Yeah, just choosing to change your DVD, like that on its own isn't enough. You can have all the best intentions in the world to recover and all the desire to recover, but unless you actually do it, and even if you feel shit, keep doing it and doing it and doing it, I don't know how else you'll recover. And so I think that is why she says, like, in order to keep getting better and making progress, like, you have to be aware of your eating disorder mindset. You have to not believe it and run with it and be like, oh my god, you're right, I shouldn't be eating this food, or I shouldn't be putting on this weight or whatever. Like, no, it's bullshit. It feels so believable, but it's your eating disorder DVD. So like, recognize it, eject it, opposite actions, don't do what it's telling you to do. And then you might feel terrible, but then just distract yourself, try and sit with it. Like, the bad feelings won't last forever. They will pass on their own, but if you listen to your eating disorder DVD, like, your eating disorder will last forever. Right, I'm gonna go and get my lunch now. This has actually helped me loads, honestly, talking this through, and it's been such a helpful thing that my psychologist has taught me, so hopefully it can help somebody else. But lots of love to everyone, and feel free to leave a comment below and I can speak to you there.